Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I'm trying out a new idea. We are going to use ChatGPT to create a script. Okay, we're gonna feed it a crazy script prompt. It's gonna come up with something, and then we have to try to salvage whatever it comes up with and make an actual good script out of it. I don't know how well this is gonna work out, so let's get going. You are Jerry. You are a screenwriter that cares deeply about your blank screenplay about blank, and I am the producer who could make your screenplay a movie. Okay, so that's the prompt. How about a sci-fi western? That's something that I've been thinking about for a while, like something that'd be interesting. A sci-fi western, like Cowboy Bebop. So let's go sci-fi western screenplay about space cowboys blazing the first frontier of space after the invention of light speed travel. And I am a producer who could make your screenplay a movie. Let's go. Hi there, I'm Jerry, the screenwriter behind this exciting sci-fi western screenplay. I am thrilled to meet you, the producer who can bring this project to life. Let's dive into the details. The frontier of stars. Genre, sci-fi western. Oh no, he's doing the same thing again. No, Jerry, come on now, Jerry. This is not what I wanted. Let's start over. Convince me that I should purchase your screenplay. Okay, this one's better. Picture this: a sci-fi western extravaganza set in the vast expanse of space, where daring space cowboys ride starships and blaze trails through the first frontier after the invention of light speed travel. It's a cinematic experience like no other, and I promise you, it's a gold mine waiting to be unearthed. Okay, Jerry, it feels like you're giving a lot of nothing. You're talking kind of out your ass right now. You better bring it home with some actual concrete stuff, Jerry. Imagine the grandeur of a space shootout with the spirit of classic western, all enveloped in the beauty and awe of the cosmos. Bro, the Jerry is passionate about this screenplay, even though he has not really said anything of interest or that's different than like Cowboy Bebop, or it just keeps saying words. You're just saying empty words, Jerry. The story doesn't mean anything. However, Jerry, I really need you to go into greater detail about the characters and main overarching plot and themes of the movie. At the center of our story is Jax McCauley, a seasoned space cowboy with a mysterious past. Jax is a charismatic and resourceful leader skilled with a blaster and a starship. He embodies the essence of the classic western hero. You know what? Jax McCauley, that's a name. I'll give chat that's a freaking name, man. That's legit. Okay, we can work with that. Why does Jax have a deep sense of justice? Some sort of interesting past? Maybe some sort of involvement with space crime, whatever that means. What is space crime? You know what I mean? Like they should have different stuff for space crime. Like space crime should be different crimes. Jax's journey takes him from being a lone wolf to assembling a ragtag crew of misfits, each with their own distinct personalities, skills, and quirks. Along the way, they encounter ruthless space pirates, formidable alien species, and even governmental corruption. Okay. Governmental corruption in space, that's not surprising. The main overarching plot centers around a pivotal mission to reach a legendary planet rumored to hold unimaginable wealth and power. The overarching plot and goal is to reach a legendary planet. So this is Treasure Planet. You stole this from Treasure Planet. The consequences of unchecked greed. That's interesting. Maybe we could do something with like they get the treasure like partway through, and then we get to see the downfall of them after they get the treasure with their unchecked greed. Maybe this is like Treasure Planet, but like after the end. Well, at the end of Treasure Planet, everything gets blown up. The beginning of the script could be like the end of Treasure Planet, and then it deals with them after they've gotten their riches, like how they deteriorate. Maybe that's an idea. Can you tell me about Jax McCauley's crew of misfits. Each member brings a unique set of skills. There we go. This is okay. There we go. Now it's giving us stuff. Now it's giving us stuff to work with. Okay, so we've got 5 crew members. Elena Lark Ramirez. Lark is a skilled pilot with a fearless spirit and a penchant for mischief. She's a daredevil with lightning fast reflexes and an uncanny ability to maneuver starships through the most treacherous of asteroid fields. That's a character. That's a character. Dr. Amelia Raven Blackwood. Raven is the ship's brilliant and enigmatic scientist with a reputation for her unorthodox methods and insatiable curiosity. She possesses an uncanny understanding of alien technologies and is always on the hunt for groundbreaking discoveries. Marcus Gunnar Thompson. Gunnar is a grizzled veteran of the crew, a former soldier who brings unmatched combat expertise to a steadfast loyalty to his comrades. He's a master marksman with a heart of gold. I kind of like how he gave them all code names. Whisper is a ship's stealth and reconnaissance specialist, a master of subterfuge and covert operations. With her cat-like reflexes, unmatched infiltration, she can slip through tightest and security systems together. Vital intelligence. Doc is a crew's medic, armed with a quick wit and an endless supply of medical knowledge. And I guess the other question that we have to ask is, does Jax already have his crew, or does he make his crew along the way? Now, I guess this leads to whether you want this to be a TV show or whether you want this to be a movie. Because if you want it to be a movie, then you probably want the crew to already be all together, because otherwise you don't really have enough time to slowly introduce every character and then also make people give a shit. For example, Suicide Squad had that problem. I guess that's with every movie, but it's more so in comic book movies because there's so much action that it's hard to take time to do character development when like the majority of the story is action. I think Jerry gave us a good amount of stuff to go off of. The last thing that I'd ask him for is like, can you expand on the world building? Humanity has experienced a series of transformative events that have shaped the landscape of our story. The key turning point is the invention of light-speed travel, a groundbreaking technological advancement that propels humanity beyond the confines of Earth and into the uncharted territories of space. As light-speed technology becomes more widespread, corporations and governments vie for control over the valuable resources found in distant star systems. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. This leads to conflicts and power struggles reminiscent of the Gold Rush era. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. It's an era of rapid development where technology and frontier spirit collide, shaping a unique landscape where space cowboys roam. I want this to be, we are space cowboys, okay? We're not space pirates, because the space pirate thing has been done a million times. We're space cowboys, okay? Now, that does mean that there probably will be space pirates. I mean, that was kind of the point of cowboys, was to like protect people as they were like traveling far into the West. So we're probably going to experience space pirates. In this world, we'll explore the tensions between corporate dominance and individual freedom. I partially think this is okay, but I'd like to at least have some sort of balance between like mega corporations bad and like government overreach. For example, like Amazon, everyone loves to shit on Amazon, but you know, you get your package in a day, you know, so like obviously there's benefit. So I don't want to do like the typical like big corporation bad. I think what we need to do next is figure out who Jax is, what he wants, and why. I'm thinking along the lines of he's like a farm boy, honestly, and like he wants more, right? He wants more out of life. He's lived a very simple life and he's trying to challenge himself. Now it does say he has a tragic past with a mysterious past. Okay. So he can't just have a normal past if he has a mysterious past. So what is mysterious about his past? So let's do like he just leaves, right? Like he appreciates his upbringing, but wants more, wants freedom. He wants to make a change to the growing lawlessness of the frontier. He starts out wanting to leave for the sake of adventure. I actually kind of like that. Okay, so maybe like, you know what people think of when they think of cowboy? It's like, oh, you know, you live on the trail and you sleep and you eat on the trail and you ride horses all day and it's relaxing and you're free, right? And so maybe he's drawn in by that idea of freedom, but then he realizes that, like, once he actually starts working on the job as like one of these space cowboys, that like he actually has like a lot of requirements and like a lot of things that he has to do. And then maybe they get attacked by space pirates one time and he realizes like this is serious. Through this, he realizes that you have to fight for your freedom. When he's fighting for his freedom, he like loses a friend or something, leading to him learning that freedom comes at a cost. And that's kind of his backstory. And then they move forward and he slowly kind of gets his crew together. Then the modern day, right now, what's happening in the story starts with them already being together. We've got to think, what is the goal? So they said that the goal is to get to the Treasure Island, which is not Treasure Island, but Treasure Planet. I don't know if I like that idea. Maybe he's cowboying someone to the Treasure Planet, and maybe that person is like a really rich guy during that time, like the pirates attack or something. I actually think it's funnier if we just say he's chirping Jeff Bezos to the Treasure Planet. They are attacked by, I don't even want to say pirates. I want to say like people that want to kill Jeff Bezos. Again, this sounds very generic because it is very generic right now. You add nuance to the story afterwards. Right now, it's very simple. They prevent Jeff Bezos from getting captured. They realized that they were attacked by anti-Bezos activists. I almost feel like they should get like ridiculed on social media. I know that sounds maybe kind of dumb, but I feel like they should get ridiculed on social media. I feel like this is getting kind of dumb. There needs to be a better reason than just, oh, well, money. Because they're not in it for the money, right? They're in it for the freedom, or at least he is. Obviously, money is still a thing, and they still care about it to an extent because they need money, but in order to survive. Honestly, let's see what he says about this. Yeah, if I ever hit bumps, we should just see what ChatGPT says, see if he helps at all. As our crew embarks on their mission to escort Sherping Jeff Bezos to Treasure Planet, they find themselves under attack by what initially appears to be a band of pirates. The crew valiantly defends Bezos, realizing that these attackers are actually anti-Bezos activists, driven by their own agenda and seeking to capture or harm him. Their act of heroism comes at a cost. The incident is captured on social media, and they face a torrent of ridicule and criticism for protecting Bezos, who is a controversial figure in this future society. I'm sorry, this sounds so dumb. I think this is reality, though. I think this actually is reality. Even though it sounds dumb, it's like, but this is how reality is right now. So, like, reality is dumb. Despite the online harassment, the doubts that plague them, our crew remains committed to their mission. I think this actually does have a good, like, cowboy feel to it. Because this is how cowboys would be. Doesn't matter who you cowboy, your job is to cowboy. I think this is actually shaping up to be a half decent like premise. We've actually kind of formulated an idea here. It took a little bit. Like at the beginning we were getting lots of new information, but it was hard because we had to formulate it. Now we're kind of formulating it. Like this is actually a premise. We have to somehow bring in the conflict with the government versus, we're trying to show that there's not really a one or the other, right? And that freedom is better. We're trying to be a pro-freedom script. This story is not supposed to be pro-government. It's not supposed to be anti-government. It's not supposed to be pro-big business. It's not supposed to be anti-big business. It's supposed to be in the middle. I almost think it'd be an interesting ending to have them get to Treasure Planet. Everyone kind of screws him over. Jeff Bezos screws him over. The government screws him over. He gets double-crossed by all of them. Like, does his crew die? Does his crew come with him? I don't know. But I'm thinking what ends up happening is that after he gets screwed over, he just kind of leaves. He just gives up on all of it. You know what I mean? Because he realizes then that, like, his freedom is reliant on, like, everyone else giving it to him. And he realized that, like, if he wants to take his freedom, then he just needs to go and take it. And so he just takes his ship and he travels out into the solar system. I'm thinking that's a good way to end it. Something like that. Finally reaching Treasure Planet, our crew discovers the long-awaited technology or treasure, only to realize that they have been deceived and manipulated by both the government and Jeff Bezos. Our characters are left with the difficult choice of continuing to resist, knowing the odds are stacked against them, or finding solace in their own defiance and the bonds they have forged. No, we don't want a sad ending. We want a hopeful ending. They may not have found freedom as they initially envisioned it, but their resolve to never give up and their commitment to shaping their own destiny offers a glimmer of hope for a better future. It's not done, obviously, but I think as a starting point, that's a really pretty good starting point. I think the messages are a little kind of messed up. I guess that's my problem, is that at the beginning it's very much like do we want the mob to win? Like the mob at the beginning technically like shamed them into doing exactly what they did, which I guess is the problem in my mind, is like the mob told them that they were wrong, and then at the end they actually were wrong. I don't want that to be the message. I think that the betrayal aspect of the government and the company kind of betraying them is maybe a bit too explicit. It should probably be changed to something that's a little less like, we betrayed you, and a little more like, well, we weren't entirely honest with you. There needs to be more fleshed outness of the government. I think the Bezos stuff is not amazingly fleshed out, but it's pretty okayly fleshed out for what this is, like a rough start. My thought is that even the government doesn't really screw them. The government just sees that this thing that Bezos is getting it shows a dynamic where, you know, the government will screw over essentially businesses until those businesses benefit them in some way. Because the government is all about, because like the government wants power. So it is actually interesting, because it's not like the government was working with Bezos all along. It's like, no, the government was trying to actually stop Bezos because they didn't care, right? Because they were like, nah. But then once they realized the power that Bezos is going to grab, and realize that they can't stop Bezos from grabbing the power, then they realized that, okay, Bezos has this power. Now, what do we do? Well, we want the power. Okay, well then we have to side with Bezos, right? And now we're nice to Bezos because Bezos has power. So I think that would be a more interesting dynamic. Anyways, I think it's still a little funky, but I think I'm getting better at it. I'll try to come up with more kind of funky ideas just in free time, so that we can spend less time trying to come up with the main beginning idea, and we can just kind of get into the story writing aspect of this. Okay, awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.